But why did the cops? Why did they stop you in the first place?
Well, they had a roadblock. I was coming back from a show, and I had my partner. He was driving. It was a roadblock. They stopped us, and they asked, had he been drinking? He said he had a beer or whatnot. And they said, okay, we'll pull right over there. So we put over to the side of the road. The officer came and got my partner out of the car, blew him, and they said, oh, well, he blew over. He's going for a DUI.
So what happens?
I'm waiting for him, and I'm waiting. The officer comes and says, will you step out, please? So I just wanted to let him know, hey, man, I'm our prophet of the Nappy Roots, man. I just got done from a show. I've been doing some drinking and whatnot. He said, you just step out of the car, sir. So I stepped out of the car, and next thing I know, I'm getting handcuffed. They put the handcuffs on me. My hands were behind my back, and he stepped away. And then the other officer pulls out his shotgun, his little electrocuting gun. They call it taser or whatever. And he says, and he's actually, I think, talking inside his microphone. Said, Mr. Anthony, if you don't comply, I'm going to have to tase you. Yeah. And I'm like, my hands are behind my back, and I'm looking at him like, are you crazy? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what are you talking about? And everything I respond to, he's saying, and he's talking louder on his mic or something. And I'm just looking at him. He's like, well, if you don't comply, I'm going to have to tase you, Mr. Anthony. I'm like, what are you talking about? So why are you doing this? Next thing you know, he shot me. I fell, my hands behind my back. I'm on the ground, and then I feel another tase. I'm on the ground. I'm like, oh, my gosh, what is going on? And in my head, I'm just like, oh, my gosh, I got to just stay alive. I just got to stay alive. They tased me again. At this time, I just remember thinking, oh, my gosh, they treat me like a slave. I'm about to die, and I couldn't take it anymore. I said, fuck it, I'm dead. So I went out. The next thing that I remember, either I came to after that, or it was when the officer grabbed me by my arm, and I was being dragged. And next thing I know, I'm being beaten, being put into a cop car, and then they start tasing me and pepper spraying me all over again.
I'm assuming you think, what, this is racial?
I mean, it's definitely racial. I mean, the racial profiling. I mean, even when they locked me up, it was only brothers that they locked up that night.
Are you going to sue?
Excuse me?
Are you going to sue?
Oh man, they have to pay for this. Everybody, it's not even just about me. Everybody, I can only imagine how many people has went through this and they never had a voice. This Eve is bigger than me.